We were all supposed to be riding Segways by now. The company was supposed to be rolling in cash. The scooter's inventor, a modern day Jay Gatsby. It didn't happen. Today, the Segway is punchline and a way for mall security guards to prevent sore feet. So, what happened? It's not that it didn't work. Envisioned as a way for people to get from home to work in urban areas, the subway is a technological marvel. It can maintain its balance better than a human and is much more fuel efficient than a car, which are a pain to drive and park over a short journey. No, the problem that sank the Segway weren't technological, they were social. Dean Kamen, the self-balancing scooters inventor, nicknamed Ginger, after Fred Astaire's musical partner Ginger Rogers. Kamen's previous invention, a robotic wheelchair that could climb stairs, was nicknamed Fred Upstairs. Before it launched, the Segway was said to revolutionize the way cities are laid out and how people could get around them. Venture capitalist John Doerr predicted it could reach $1 billion in sales faster than any other company in history, and it could be bigger than the internet. Kamen expected it to be selling 10,000 units in a week by the end of 2002. That's half a million a year. In the next 6 years, Segway sold just 30,000 units, according to Forbes. The Segway personal transporter was publicly unveiled on Good Morning America in December 2001, with early units priced around $5,000. What do you pay for a decent used car? When a rider steps onboard computers, sensors, and motors keep it upright. The rider commands the scooter by shifting his weight forward or backward, and steers by pushing handlebar left or right. It works beautifully, and the technology is impressive. When I first got it, it was so much fun, says entrepreneur Peter Shankman, one of the first 5 people in New York City to buy one. But the police didn't know what to do with it. Shankman says that on one block he'd be told to get on the sidewalk, while on the other he'd be told to get in the street. Sometimes he was told he couldn't use it at all. In the book Codename Ginger, written about the launch of the Segway, author Stephen Camper quotes Amazon's Jeff Bezos, who along with Steve Jobs was asked to critique the product before its launch. I think the plan is dead on arrival, Bezos said. The U.S. is too hostile. That the product was so revolutionary, he said, you'll have no problem selling it. This was true to a point. Early adopters like Shankman and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak were eager to pick one up. The key point, as Bezos accurately predicted, was, are people going to be allowed to use it? The Segways worked as advertised, but it was awkward to use. It was small enough to ride inside a building or into an elevator, but at 100 pounds, it was too heavy to carry upstairs. It also required the rider to be that guy, and it was most always a guy, rolling this electric scooter around the lobby and corridors of his office building, and then you need to park it. It's hard enough to get cities to embrace the bicycle, something that's been around for centuries and a half, and to design their streets around it. And though many bikers look ridiculous in their skin-tight racing outfits, at least they're getting a workout. The Segway was perhaps the laziest mode of transportation around. People just didn't know what to do with it, says Shankman. Every time I used it, I was just wound up feeling fat. I got caught lazy more times than I could count. Not a good recipe for success. Like the troubled Google Glass, another supposedly revolutionary product, the Segway invited mockery, not awe. Steve Jobs warned Kamen the Segway's image could be ruined by a single rider falling off and hurting themselves. 3 high-profile incidents soon followed. In 2003, President George W. Bush fell off a Segway during a vacation at his family's compound in Kennebunkport, Maine. The fall was caught by press photographers and widely reported. British journalist Piers Morgan broke 3 ribs after he fell off a Segway in 2007. More tragically, James W. Heasenden, the owner of Segway Corporation, was killed after he accidentally steered a scooter off a 30-foot cliff and into a river in 2010. As a personal transporter, the Segway was a rare, near-complete failure. It just doesn't make much sense. It's expensive, heavy, and silly, but it has found a measure of success in industrial and fleet applications where employees are on their feet or moving around a lot, something that makes a lot more sense than a personal ownership. Police departments who have special versions with sirens and strobe lights, tour groups, warehouse workers, mall security guards, and airport maintenance staff have all adopted the Segway. It is possible that the aforementioned Google Glass will see more success in a similar commercial application as well. However, for a device that was said to have cost more than $100 million in research and development, it's possible to call the Segway anything but a dud. The technology was awesome, says Shankman. The world just wasn't ready for it.